Hats May Perish by Sid Gosh. Some bequeath poetry, some bequeath hats. Tomes of my sorry hats can destroy libraries. Okay. So this is from April 2024 issue of Poetry. Basically, poetryfoundation.org. The quintessential, the most prestigious magazine you can get into for poetry, as a new poet, I suppose. So, at some point, Mr. or Mrs. or whoever, Sid Gosh, submitted this poem and it was accepted. Congratulations. Now the poem itself, I don't get it. This is why I don't like modern poetry, because there's no... The emotion it's trying to describe is so peculiar and specific to either one person or a very select group of people that it's just not universal, and it just makes it dumb. Sorry Sid, but this is no shade on Sid, it's shade on the whole modern poetry zeitgeist. It's just a bunch of nonsense. There's no like eternal truth here. I know that's a no-no in today's artistic circles, but it's pretty dumb. Some bequeath poetry. So what does this mean? Some people leave behind poetry. So when they die, they leave behind poetry. Some bequeath hats. Some leave behind hats. I guess if you die and you have a bunch of fancy hats, maybe you go to the Kentucky Derby a bunch and leave behind a bunch of hats. Or, if you're thinking a little metaphorical, hats could be what's in your brain. You leave behind what's in your brain. I'm guessing, there's that saying, I wear a lot of different hats. I guess we could kind of assume it means something similar to that. And then tomes of my sorry hats can destroy libraries. 3 lines with a bunch of enjambment. Tomes are big, heavy books, especially like scholarly books. And it's more of an old-fashioned word to describe giant books that you would find at libraries. When you had to go to the library to get information and there wasn't the internet. Tomes of my sorry hats can destroy libraries. So all of the giant books inside your hats can destroy libraries. See, this is why I don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry if I'm stupid here, but I read a lot, and I understand a lot of poetry. I understand Shakespeare when I read it. I can't understand this. Which is either saying something about me, possibly, or saying something not about Sid, but about poetry in general today. It's just dumb, right? It has to be obscure and impossible to parse to get any notice by a magazine like this. And these magazines wonder why they suffer to get subscribers now. It's because they just gave up on publishing things people understood. I'll read it one more time and try to figure it out. Some bequeath poetry, some bequeath hats. Tomes of my sorry hats can destroy libraries. Okay, whatever. Take care.